What's up, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of How Not to Summon a Dungeon Master. Previously on Justice League: A New Era. And his cape spreads out and makes a silhouette of the bat.
Can it be bigger?
On the moon.
Oh, that's sick.
This is the fight you wanted ages ago.
I know, it is the fight.
You can see it like creeps out and gets longer and longer.
It's gonna be like 10
and it goes from
shit.
like a 15-foot wingspan to like 25 foot.
I don't know why, but I feel
You know what I think would be cool?
I want Godzilla.
I think
I don't
we should
just put a Godzilla punch.
let's do it. A big Godzilla punch.
A big fucking Godzilla punch. Coming through. It's what I can think of.
So the moment you say we're doing this together, you see his eyes flicker and go back to the white. Lantern, stop.
It's my mirror noir of you could do this alone sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can do this. And then I sort of shake it off. And calm. I have the ring, guys.
So we're all on our way to the Hall of Justice, except for Rumble, who's collecting bodies.
I have asked. I think he wants to do.
So you're already there with Batman.
Yeah, who's still at the... LeChains is still at the Hall of Justice, I guess, just chilling.
Yeah. LeShane's...
Everyone else split off to their dossiers, right?
They went to get a team together.
Mm-hmm. So the Bat family... But everyone was on comms, so everyone knows that I'm bringing Bruce back.
Everybody's
So is everyone going to be like, fuck the dossiers, Bruce is back?
It's going to be a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it might be.
But they might bring extra people with them.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see who joins the fray.
So you boom into the Hall of Justice. LeShane's is there. You've also got a Tawny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, we forgot about her as well. We just left her in the middle of fucking Toronto.
No, she snuck on that ship. 100% she snuck on that ship.
Well, she's with you.
No.
No, she is in the hall.
Oh, okay.
And all of the Bat family are here. All of them.
What a family reunion.
Even Terry is here, and he didn't know Bruce at all.
Right.
He is 18 years old.
Legal.
He's 17 years old.
He's 17 years old.
Legal in certain states.
And you step through the boom tube, and the first thing, Tim's there. Cowl's not on, and you can see him balling up, and he just runs, grabs his dad, gives him a hug. Yeah, it's good to see you too, son. And let's go. We haven't got time for this, though. We need to formulate a plan that you're going to execute. We can say goodbye later. What have we got? And at this point, you would rock up.
Through the window?
Got your own boom tube.
You got boom tube access.
No, to be fair,
Not as fun.
not as fun.
You can fly in and walk in through the front door and turn the ring off as you're going through and come in as Mirror.
No.
You're staying as
He
Lantern.
can't. He doesn't want to show that he's not anything but Lantern to me.
To any of you.
Everyone else in that room knows that you're Mirror.
Not everyone else knows.
Well, not
that
every
I'm
single
Mirror.
one of them, but most. Like, there's a good chunk of people that already know.
No, there is Batman, you.
I'm not in there, but yeah, I do.
Exactly.
I'm sure Kid Flash knows that you're Mirror.
No.
I just feel like she would.
Yeah,
How?
she does.
She
How?
would, because
Yeah, she
she's
does.
seen,
She's seen you as both.
when you ate pizza. She was eating pizza.
On the,
She's seen you
on the
as both.
rooftop
With
when you
the-
went to go and see Barbara.
Good point. Well
Yeah.
played. Yeah.
With Babs.
Good
So
point.
it's literally you're keeping it from him,
Yeah.
which is fine. So you want to join in right about now?
Yeah. I'll walk through the door.
Batman pulls out his gauntlet and he just flicks, and this little screen hovers above it, like projected.
It's kind of sick.
And he starts tapping. I'm caught up.
This son of a bitch, he's got access to my shit. I bet you that's what he's done.
It's all on the back computer.
It all went through. I bet you he went onto my laptop.
I think he's
Tell me I'm wrong.
Everything I've uploaded as
Tell me I'm wrong. He said,
I don't like
actually,
lying.
to be
I don't
fair,
like lying to you, Jim.
I'm an idiot. because I opened access to him, which meant access.
I've also got access to the actual file.
I've uploaded
Relating
everything
to my world.
that Queen's.
No, but I mean, as in, like, the fact that I hacked the back computer, but that also opened access
Yeah,
to
of course
my
it did. It's a two-way
so
channel.
I'm going to give you eyes.
An inspiration point? I get two.
He's giving Batman the stank eye.
No. He gets an inspiration point and the stink eye as well, because I know what he's done.
We need to open up the file that she's uploaded recently.
Yeah. Do you want to wait for her?
Yes, we
You
would.
wanna-
Yeah. We'll
autonomy.
wait.
So you've got about half an hour to an hour.
I guess the com will
conversation
come
to
through
happen.
saying I've got these bodies.
Yeah, and then she's got to get from Gotham to Metropolis. That's about a half an hour flight for you.
Who's here?
Also, they haven't
At
told
the
me what they
moment,
want me
You've
to
got
do.
all of the Bat family. Lashane's is here.
We need him for
I like
later.
Lashane.
Terry's here. No one else.
Nobody's told me what they want me to do with the bodies.
I know.
Okay.
Just bring them here.
Yeah, we said don't worry about it. We'll tackle it later. Just
Yeah.
get to the Hall
Okay.
of Justice.
So, I think now he's caught up and he knows what's going on. We're going to ask him. What do you know? You were in their camp, technically.
You are right. I've got information that'll be valuable to your efforts. I wish I could fly alongside you for this one. I haven't got the time. I've seen his world. And he walks over to you and puts a hand on your shoulder and offers his to shake.
I shake his hand.
You lost a lot, son. A lot. I am sorry. You're a good man to fill that suit. He was my friend, and I'll call you friend. His world was lost. They went about it the wrong way. These things have a weakness, and it's not fighting them. We need to distract them by getting close, making them angry. But you gotta talk to them. I shook that ring off because I remembered what the Justice League meant to me, because you reminded me of it. If we can do that, the rings won't want them. We need to find something that means something to who you're fighting. That's going to be a challenge for people that didn't know them.
I'll just look at everyone in the room. We need Lois Lane for Superman.
Agreed.
Can we protect her?
Also agreed. We cannot put the public in harm's way with this.
She's the only one who'll make him falter.
You are right again. But what we do can't come at the cost of lives.
We need somewhere that isn't going to cause destruction on a scale.
The rings knew that on my planet, and they got rid of my Lois early during the takeover, in the hopes that they could then capture me. She might already be in danger.
Then we best find her.
We're already lucky. We've got more of the Justice League than his world had. They fell one by one. They didn't have a backup. The rest of them were sidekicks. They fell quick. Owlman, his version of me, pushed him into this universe in the hopes that he could save this one. Let's not waste that chance. You may not like him, but he's here to help. He's not Superman, but he's the best thing we've got. And he has my backing. He honors Superman wearing that suit, not his own. That's not his family. He's not an L, yet he wears their emblem with pride. He needs your backing as well. If you're going to do this, you do this together. That is what the Justice League is.
Well, Bruce, if he has your backing, and you know I trust you, then I best trust him. And the ring comes off.
And there's going to be no recognition on my face.
No, there doesn't need to be.
And I'm just going to look at you and I'm just going to be like, I I don't know who you are.
And that's how I like to keep it. As the voice changes completely.
This is Mirror. I'd say friend, but more of a thorn in my side. Same mission, different sides. In my town. You got in the way a lot.
And you got in my way a lot.
We'll agree to disagree. But he can be trusted.
I didn't have a mirror noir on my world.
You did. But he was probably happy.
Can I ask what your real name is?
I'll look around the room.
You're going to have to tell him yours. Both of them. You would have a Kryptonian name, and you would have had the name your parents would have given you when they found you in a cornfield.
It'll be the same. It'll be Clark Kent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clark Kent. But your family name, you could Cal, but the L part, because your logo was different, meant you're from a different family.
Al Ghul.
Unrelated.
I don't know any other Kryptonian sort of names.
It's literally, they're short and punchy. Cal Ra, Cal Del, like that sort of sound.
Vazgra.
Nice to meet you. My name's Mark Withers. Does he know?
I'm going to have it that on my...
He's police in that world.
Yeah, it was a beat cop. Yeah,
Well,
probably became detective.
He was a detective.
I actually know,
You know
who
what?
you are.
Commissioner,
I was going to say Commissioner Withers.
because Barbara would have still
Would
been
have still
Batgirl.
been Batgirl, yeah.
On my world, you were commissioner in Gotham, and you were happy. You had a family. What happened to you here?
Opposites.
Gotham happened.
I'm sorry.
You lost everything? I lost everything.
So you can come in at about this point.
I feel
Okay.
like
You
she
can land
opens the door
outside.
and It's just like, tension.
Right, I'll say to Queen, make sure nobody gets on this ship.
Roger, Roger.
And then I'll walk in.
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars joke.
I get that reference.
And then I'll walk in.
Okay, so you see all of the Bat family and the original Batman.
Did I know him?
Bruce.
Yeah.
You would have probably seen him in passing
Yeah.
because you would have been a Titan with
Yeah.
a Robin.
Yeah.
So you would have seen him. Not acquaintances, definitely not friends.
Okay.
That was like your dad's mate.
Yeah.
Fair.
Tawny, I saw you on the computer during the fight with Rumble.
Yeah.
What did you find?
This. And I'll hand you the hard drive. It's got all the logs of
My world?
the Justice League. Everything. And then I'll put it into the computer so that
Yeah, so
Batman.
Do I feel like there's
can see
images
it.
of my world?
the Batman
man.
holds out his palm and he just puts the hard drive on it, taps
Yeah.
at his wrist. I've uploaded all the files to the Justice League system. Puts the hard drive on the table. This is not going to be pretty. And pushes one file from his wrist and it pops onto the table as a video.
I feel like it's like a globe thing. It's projected.
And it's
Yeah, it's a big projector in the middle of the
This-
table.
black monstrosity just engulfing the video, and just so many Black Lanterns, faces you recognize, similar to your world's, faces you don't, only you'd know.
Do I see Owlman?
Owlman and that.
This is his point of view.
What, from Owlman?
This is his camera.
Okay.
This is
So
in a bat's cowl. They record footage of what they can see, so you get their perspective. And it's him furiously tapping away at a computer. And you hear this thing whirl up. And he looks up and looks at the sky, and it's just this blue and red blur
Is there footage of him
bouncing
sending me?
around, hitting everything, just knocking them back. And Owlman, it's ready. and this big loud bang happens. And Superman wishes forward, shakes Owlman's hand, and Owlman pushes him. I'll hold the line. And then it closes, and it's him just fighting, till he hits the floor.
I'm guessing it.
Yeah, and it goes off.
I'll ask the question. Can these all get through?
Owlman thankfully made sure that couldn't happen. No living being can get through. He destroyed the machine afterwards. He couldn't do that from this side, so he stayed to do it on that side. Punches a hole in the universe.
Then how did the
two-way
rings
street.
get through?
We don't know. They broke through and started taking over our world.
This thing wants peace. Necron just wants peace, but his version of peace is to extinguish all light in the universe and make it peaceful. That way. We can't allow that to happen. He uses heroes of universes, and Earth has the mightiest there is. So he starts here. He knows if he gets a Superman, it's over. Luckily, he didn't count for us having two.
I can bring some extras to this fight. By the way, I've got my
I've
ring
read
back
the
on now.
dossiers. I know your mission. It's a good move.
I have more. The lanterns have combined. And they're coming.
A strange move. I guarantee you one of those knows more than what they're letting on about these rings.
I'm certain they do.
We need to find them.
I've met the council.
And-
And they know more than they're letting on.
Guardians of Oa tend to be less forthcoming about their knowledge, and especially sharing it with lanterns. No offense, but they're just beat cops of the universe.
Fair. Change one uniform for another one.
So do we have a plan?
The plan is changed.
Okay.
We need to get the lanterns together, all of them.
Right.
They are the spectrum of emotion. Everyone runs on a different emotion. We need all of them. That job has been done, and that's probably the hardest one there is to do. The next one is to make sure these kids don't die. I've read your mission. Using children in warfare is a bold move, and not one I'm against, but we need to prepare them. Luckily, you've been doing that as well. You've done well.
They're on the station. It's the only place that we had that would protect them best.
From my experience, with Rumble and now the bodies that I have of Justice League on my ship, we need to burn them so that the rings can't bring them back. I don't know if that's a possibility that could. I don't want to find out.
It's the best chance we've got. And I think we've got a funeral coming up already.
I can't keep them on that ship knowing there's a possibility that they could come back any minute.
Agreed. Then we go bury a Robin.
No, we cremate a Robin.
We can honour the memory. At least.
A Viking burial. It's a good move.
We give the public a coffin. But there is no body.
Can I ask on the whereabouts of the rest of the deceased Justice League? I'm not familiar with this world. I don't know where you've buried your heroes, but all I'm aware of is Superman's here, and I apologise. The Flash is here. That's all I know. Where are the rest?
Wonder Woman is probably on Themyscira.
I don't need a probably. We need to know.
I was the last to fall of the League. I didn't bury them.
We need to get in contact with the locations that they were buried. I need to know who we're up against.
Maybe we can do both. You want a funeral? I completely understand that. But it could be quite advantageous for them to think that we're all in one location and easy to take out. We set a trap for their trap.
You want to use the bodies as bait?
I want to use the concept of their bodies. We get rid of the bodies, they don't have the chance. But they could believe that there are bodies there. And they believe that we're all there, waiting, and helpless and unlikely to be able to fight back properly.
Because they think we're grieving.
But we set the trap. We lure in the bait. And the bait is very, very tempting when there's a Superman.
I actually agree with Mirror.
It's a sound, and as soon as he says that, you hear this whoosh. And Kid Flash just sits on a chair. And she is out of breath. She's got a milkshake in her hand, though.
Of course.
Sweet.
Tawny steps up and walks around and starts talking to her. You can't hear what they're saying, though. They're talking in private. We've got a Flash.
Did she sit next to me? Because that was where she was the last time.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's where she's come and sat next to.
Yeah, she sat in the Flash's chair.
I'll say out loud, Tawny, if you're thinking about using the treadmill, there's a possibility that that could then cause other universes to be at risk. If those rings get through to the other universes, we've got bigger problems. They've got bigger problems. This is not a good idea.
I just think everyone in the room looks
Yeah,
looks
like
over.
deathly silent.
I feel that Batman would not flinch. He would already know this as something along the lines, at least.
And Tawny goes to open her mouth. Don't. I know what you're doing. And he walks over to one of the doors at the side. The treadmill's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way this kid thinks. Want to give me a hand? And Tawny excitedly walks over. And they go into the room together. And the door shuts.
That's really pissed me off.
Rumble,
I thought I had a valid fucking point.
trust him.
I need to calm down. I'm just going to go out for a minute.
I said the training room's right there. You could go take your anger out on that.
No, I'm going to go outside.
I want you to form the Batman in the training room and just punch him along. Fighting ability, 0.
No,
Come on,
actually,
Chains. Training.
yes, you're right. I'm going to go in the training room and do exactly what you just
Fighting
said.
ability, 0.
No.
Take
I'm
the
not gonna-
chains.
I'm not going to go to Batman. I'm going to turn it into just a blank
Tawny.
object.
I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to
Kick
be.
the shit out of a
I
child.
genuinely thought she was like, I'm going to turn it into Mirror.
No.
But I wanted
Yeah.
to. What even in the hell?
Just gonna. The reason I am angry is because I feel we are putting more people at risk. When we know what's happened in a previous universe, and now there's a possibility of sending those rings to another place, and then they've got to deal with this situation, and that's on us.
We didn't get the chance on my world to even think of using this idea. Our Flash was taken quick. The Kid Flashes were killed quick. The treadmill wasn't an option in my world. At least you've got that option. And honestly, with what I've seen and what I've experienced, I'll take anything. Being here in this room with all of you is more than I ever had on my world. Everyone was taken quickly, everyone was
Have you
disjointed, and
followed
everyone was
me
angry.
whilst I'm walking and saying all of this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've seen your anger.
Yeah. I just don't want to put more people at risk.
I'm kicking my feet up on the table.
I understand, but whatever we decide to do, we need to be together in it. If we choose to use the treadmill, we need to be on board, all of us. I can protect the treadmill. We can protect the treadmill's location while it's being used and hope that it works.
It's not the treadmill that needs to be protected. It's everybody else in those other universes not the superheroes that come through and help us. It's all those civilians that will get fucked over.
I know, but right now we're protecting our own civilians. Worry about the...
Stop it here, it'll stop it.
I'd rather have 100 Supermans than just one.
I mean, I wouldn't, but
That's because you've got some ego problems, but we'll leave them to the side.
I get it. We'll give it a go, but just know that I have doubts.
Ugh, could you imagine 100 Supermans in a room?
And just so you're aware, none of this is because I have beef with Tawny.
Just whatever you say. Just
X to doubt. Oh, no.
just let off steam, and we'll see you soon. And I'll turn and
I'm
go
gonna kick
back.
back and wait. They're in the fucking
I feel
treadmill runner.
like because I've just lost Rumble, I'm gonna be emotionally.
Compromised.
Well, you've
Yeah.
lost everything. You've lost Rumble, Bumble Boy.
Yeah, I've just got collection
And
of
this sidekick
bodies.
is-
You picked up Humphrey's body. I don't know what he
Yeah.
meant to you, but
And there's I
Hey,
now have a
you've got Humphrey's
collection.
body in the ship. Are you going to go and say anything?
No, it
I've-
stinks.
He was your friend.
Not that one.
I have a collection of friends that are dead in my ship that I've had to pick up.
You saying this to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm allowed.
I'll stop at the door.
I'm allowed to be a bit fucking angry.
As you stood at the door, there's just Lashane's out of breath. Just
He's involved in the conversation. we shouldn't
Oh,
be in on.
I could spar with Lashane's.
Lashane's just put her through her paces.
and he gives you that 2-fingered salute.
Oh,
And I'll just before the door shuts, we lose no more friends from this point onwards.
Deal.
And the door shuts.
oh my God, Mira's dead.
Heart attack. Who knew?
Overexerted.
Okay, so
I'm guessing that Kid Flash has gone in there with the treadmill and everything.
No.
like that. No?
They've got to fix it. They've got to
Cool,
sort it
is she
out.
just sitting next to me eating chips?
she's got a milkshake. Yeah,
I'm going to give her a lollipop.
carrying around snacks for children. then?
So weird, Mirror.
I had them under the table.
That's
you-
even weirder.
You hear that?
Why have you sellotaped lollipops to the bottom of the Justice League table?
No,
As she
there's a
finishes her
drawer.
milkshake.
Oh, there's a drawer.
There's a drawer.
It's even again weird. You've got
What?
a sweet drawer.
Why? Can't a dark man who's got a seedy
Have a sweet
past
tooth?
have a sweet tooth? Can I not like
That's his weakness.
Can I
Okay.
not
He's
like
got
Oh,
all
okay.
of these hidden things. He's an acrobat, and he
I'll
loves.
sit down next to
He loves
you.
pillow fights.
I'll,
Long walks on the beach.
Uh,
His favourite movie
I
is
was
Bridget
Sunsets.
Jones's
He
Diary.
loves-
Say,
loves
yeah.
sunset. I'm going to come and sit next to you. Obviously, Lois Lane is the weakness to Superman, which I'm going to struggle to deal with too. What's Flash's? What's going to make him doubt? What's going to make him flicker? Is it the kid? And I'll look at Kid Flash.
I didn't know him.
Do we even know which Flash this is?
No. I have no idea which Flash this is.
What was Flash's weakness?
I did not know the Flash. The only person that knew the Flash is in that room.
I'll look at Tim. Tim, any idea?
I never worked with him much.
He could be a problem.
Like Mira said, we don't know which one's coming.
We know how he died, though. And we could start with that. And that is why Lashane's is here.
Stop him running.
Trip him up. I don't care how it happens. But if we,
Because
can
I don't know if I can catch him.
if we can stop those feet.
I actually have an idea, but I'm not in the room.
Too late. That's your own fault.
No, it's actually gonna hinder you all. So,
Okay.
Hinder us?
yeah, because you then don't know what his weakness will be.
No, we don't.
Lois is the priority first.
Also, none of you have told me that the plan is to use their weaknesses against them or anything, so I actually have no
I thought
idea.
she went in the room.
No, she
No,
had
I
no
came in
idea.
after you guys said
And
that.
then you walked out in a huff.
I did just get angry.
I don't know if I'm the best person to deal with Lois. But I might be the best person, but
You're
also the worst person.
So in the middle of this conversation,
You're the only person.
that door opens again, and you can see Tawny, like, sat away typing just pure code. Batman walks out and he walks to the training room.
Would you say this is like half an hour later?
Yeah, this is going to be about 20 minutes, half an hour.
Rumble, come back to the room. Lashane, you may as well join us.
So Batman's walking into the... Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on my way.
So as you arms down and go to walk out, Batman stops you and he looks at Lashane's and just gives him a polite nod. And you can see, like, awe in Lashane's eyes. That's the fucking Batman.
That's a fucking...
You were French.
He is French, I know. I was making another Star Wars joke.
That is a madman!
That is the bat.
No. I'm in awe.
Rumble, we need to talk.
Okay.
And the door shuts and he taps a button and locks it. The plan isn't to punch through in other universes. It's a stupid plan. It puts other universes at risk and we're not about that.
Thank you.
Doesn't mean we can't use that machine.
No, exactly.
Kid Flash is already on board. Tawny's spoken to her. We've got a different plan.
Okay. I'm all ears.
But I've got a different plan for you. That kid's smart,
Yeah.
but she's stupid and reckless.
She's young.
With no mentor.
Okay.
You're both bees. She's a member of your family whether you like it or not.
I'm perfectly fine with it. It's her attitude towards me.
Great. I had a Robin like that once. A good son. I thought I could point that anger at things. Cost him his life. The Joker did more damage to me than he did to that boy that day. And he did a lot.
You know Jason's here, right?
I know. But he's only here because of the miracle that is Ra's al Ghul. I lost.
Yeah.
And right now, Tim's lost the same thing.
Yeah. He has.
We can't lose any more soldiers to wars.
No, we can't.
Especially when they're kids. We
It's-
train them so they can replace us. Like you've done.
yeah.
She needs guidance. She's going to be stubborn.
Okay.
She's going to be reckless. And it's your job to hone that and train her when to be reckless.
How do I get her to agree to this?
You don't. I have.
You've got her to agree for me to be her mentor.
I'm the goddamn Batman. People listen.
Thank you. Okay.
You've been doing this as long as I have. It comes with a certain mantle of respect from supers and other heroes.
Okay.
I don't do this with powers. I do this by outsmarting everybody and being the best in the room with my mind. Right now, that kid is doing the same thing, but with a serious anger problem.
I've noticed. So what is the plan with the treadmill?
Let's get everyone in there and we'll go over it.
Okay.
Then he unlocks the door, walks out.
I'll follow. Do you want me to eat it?
That's you.
That was just me saying okay.
That's better.
That's better.
So as he makes his way to the main part of the league hall, Justice League on me. Let's go over the plan. And walks into that room.
I genuinely thought I was hoping somebody was... When you said Justice League on me, I was like, Justice League on 3?
Kid Flash, you too. And she hops up and zips.
She's already there.
She's
Wherever
already
we're
there,
going.
excitedly. She's like zipping around the machine, looking at it from all different angles.
Do
This
For the
thing
for the first time, I'll sit myself in Superman's chair.
Okay.
do we need the other
I haven't
the
done it.
Titans and everybody to be under the same roof whilst he says what we're doing?
No, this is a Justice League
We can
issue.
disseminate the stuff.
Okay.
And
take my seat.
he stands at the door as you all pass him, and he looks back and just gives you a nod and walks in. Tawny's got a plan, and it's a good one. Your reservations about punching into other universes is correct, which is why we're not going to do that. This treadmill can do one of two things. The Flash can travel fast enough to move between different universes. That's a given. The Flash can travel fast enough to go forward and backwards within the same universe.
Time travel.
What we plan on doing is sending the Kid Flash forward. We can't bring Superman back. The matter can't exist in the same universe at the same time. I also don't want to risk another Superman falling. The one sat out there is our best hope and our biggest problem. He loses, we lose. We're going to send the Kid Flash forward. She's already agreed to this. And we're going to recruit from the future. If there's a future to recruit from. Luckily, time doesn't work the way you think it works. It is linear. But it's also bendable. What happens now does not mean it's happened already if this is the first time it's happening. So whatever changes this Necron makes, it might not have happened in the future already, in which case, until it happens, and we know the outcome, it being the first time, in the future, Necron never existed here. And that's what we're going to hope for.
Bold. Dangerous. I love it.
I'm going to be honest with you. We can bring back whoever we want. We've got a wish list.
Do you see
But
my
they
eye
need to
go?
agree to it. We're not going to force people to do this. Kid Flash is the best person to go forward. She's not going to overpower them, and she's only going to tell them the truth from her perspective, which means no persuasion, no lying. I did lie. We can bring back another Superman, but it comes at the risk of losing another Superman. Clark Kent is everything but immortal. He will live for thousands of years and not age. If you want to risk bringing him back here, we'll do that. But you're the League, not me. I'm here to help you. You're going to make the decision whether she brings back a Superman. They can exist in the same time. It's simply moving matter around.
I don't trust it. But it does feel like one of the only ways. But there is another hope on that. Could you beat him?
He's in the other room.
That's what I'm asking.
I thought we all sat in the same room.
I thought we were sat down
No,
around
you
the circle.
guys walked to the room where the
Oh,
treadmill
fair.
is.
I thought-
he
well,
sat down
I
at
just
the
sat
table
down at the table.
at Superman's chair.
All right. Well, I'll ask the Batman.
You can walk out.
No, I'll ask the Batman then. Could he beat him?
A future Superman? No. You spend more time on the planet, which means more of that sun. We lose that Superman. We don't have a chance.
And if we lose the future Superman?
We definitely don't stand a chance.
Question
it-
is, am I good enough?
What are the odds?
Statistically, 1,000,000 to 1. Your Superman will lose to the future one. I have no doubts about it. It doesn't mean I don't account for anomalies. But judging by Superman's path of power progression, the longer he spends on this planet, the stronger he gets. Time is his advantage.
And then time is our ally then. We need to delay the inevitable.
Is there a is it a Dr. Fate?
Dr. Fate.
Is he about?
Dr. Fate does exist. So does Constantine.
I'm just because Dr. Fate is
And Lucifer.
And Lucifer. Yeah,
Dr. Fate might be somebody we might try and track down. Just on a side note.
Have you just come in? This been like...
You can do what you want.
Yeah, I'll get up and walk in. I'll just be like, I've just been sitting there. Does your world have a Dr. Fate?
I've heard of Dr. Fate. Is he still around?
The helmet is. Whether anyone's using it is another question.
Could you use it?
Potentially.
That's a potential. Would it bring down the odds?
Anything in any aid will do that. Superman is susceptible to magic. He has no protection against it, but the wielder is the one that will determine the win.
Maybe we find Fate's helmet.
Where was its last known location?
Humphreys for tea.
I really, really want it to be Humphreys.
No, because I just went in there and you guys didn't tell me the helmet was in there.
Did you know what you were looking for?
No, I asked.
No, and
him
this
what
room
exactly.
has hundreds of items in it.
It might be in Humphrey's room.
It was next to the shark repellent.
Is that decided on a flip of a coin?
I think it's decided on highs and lows.
Do you want to flip a coin for it?
Flip a coin for it.
Fuck.
If this is in Humphreys' fucking
Right,
room...
the amber sand is a yes.
Frenzied Rage is a no.
Frenzied rage is a no.
I don't want to
The
look.
tension right now.
I don't want to look. It's not.
It's not.
It's not in Humphrey's house. It's fine. Whew.
Oh, thank God I didn't miss it.
It's not in Humphrey's house. However, that's not saying Humphrey didn't know where it was. That man's been around for thousands of years.
We can't fucking bring him back again.
No,
Can
but he
talk to the dead.
But you can talk to the dead, but he also exists in a completely different reality.
If you had someone that could go into the afterlife, say a certain British fuck with a drinking problem.
Constantine?
Yeah. Or Lucifer, because if Humphrey's in hell.
He's not in hell.
No, he joined the league.
He joined the league
Right,
in
right.
heaven. And
Okay.
so the plan is, I don't know who. I don't know who Humphrey is, but you guys know. So
It
take
is an
that as it
option,
is.
Batman. It would... I mean... Do you think you could beat him? Superman.
I think if you get something as powerful as Fate's helmet, we didn't get that option in my world. Fate was taken very quickly because of he was a weakness. So
I've got an ending point, don't worry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we get Fate's helmet.
We need time.
And you've got this person in your world, this Humphrey. If he knows where the location of that helmet is, I suggest we try and get hold of him.
Ooh. Where is his body?
In the Queen. Piled up.
Do I have a John Constantine in my world?
Yeah. Yeah. He is a British drunken fuck.
And Superman would have known John Constantine.
Everyone knows John. He's a prick.
Then I'll just turn around to you and be like, we need to recruit John Constantine.
We have to go to Old Blighty.
If we get him, he can talk. He can find us a way of talking or communicating with this Humphrey. He'll tell us where the helmet is. It balances the odds. We do this and we do this fast, and we do it together.
Together it is.
You guys are acting like the league already. Kid Flash, you ready? And she gives a little salute. Cool. Suit up. And she whips around and puts on this
Is it just like a Vaseline suit or some shit?
No, it's like a space suit. It has its own oxygen
Non-friction?
supply and everything as well, so it can survive in case this isn't the first time. She wouldn't be left in the void of space.
Fair.
And she looks over. Now?
I wasn't in the room. Where's she going?
Bats.
She's going to the future to recruit
Who's she recruiting?
superheroes.
Okay.
Do you want to explain time travel? I don't know if we need to explain time travel to a man that's travelled through universes.
It's okay. I'll Trust the decisions that have been made in this room. It's fine. We've got our plans.
Then let's move on them.
And she assumes like a runner's pose at the beginning of the Olympics. Hands down. Just cracks her neck. Woo! Let's do this! And poof, starts running. And the treadmill just goes and goes, and lightning is striking off it.
Do we leave the room?
Yes.
And then
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
gone. The treadmill starts whirling down.
Is Tawny still sat at the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to put my hand on her shoulder and be like, you've got this.
On that note, it's time for us to shove off. If you've got any questions or queries, you can go to our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook account on some of the podcasts. Go to our YouTube, watch all our videos, go comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the Discord server for a good little chin wag. I've been your DM, Mr. Grayson.
I've been Superman.
I've been the Green Lantern.
I've been RumbleBee.
Ta-ra!
See you later.
Bye.
New league, we unite. Heroes in the light. Together we fight for justice so bright. Apex strong and bold, mysteries unfold. Stronger than we know, secrets never told. Evil runs away when they see our might. From dawn until dusk, champions in sight. New league, we unite. Heroes in the light. Together we fight for justice so bright. RumbleBee so smart, flies with all her might. Brain and wings combined, keeping justice tight. New league, we unite. Heroes in the light. Together we fight for justice so bright. Apex strong and bold, mysteries unfold. Stronger than we know, secrets never told. Evil runs away when they see our might. From dawn until dusk, champions in sight. New league, we unite.